Hey preschoolers, happy pajama day. It is Monday, April 13th. We've already been quarantined in our houses for almost 1 month. Remember, it was March when we were doing our calendar at preschool, and now it's April. But guess what? Next week, it's going to be the first week of spring, so hopefully our weather starts to warm up again and you guys can get outside. So today, in our pajamas, because we're doing Spirit Week with the elementary school, I'm going to read you a story in my pajamas. I get to stay in my pajamas today too. So we're going to read a story called Elmer and the Kangaroo. This is Elmer. After our story, I'm going to show you how you can make Elmer at home, and we're going to use a milk jug to make Elmer. Before we start the story, where would you find Elmer? Where would you find an elephant? Where would you find a kangaroo? Well, besides Africa, where we'd have to go on a safari, where could you find them here, where we live? Where could you go? The zoo? Yeah, you could go to the zoo. So I have a question for you. Let's talk about the question first. It says, which is your favorite animal at the zoo? So there's some pictures of some different animals at the zoo. So I want you guys to talk about that with your moms and dads and your older brothers and sisters, okay? So let's talk about that. Where would you find Elmer and the kangaroo? At the zoo. So, which one is your favorite animal? Okay, let's start. So, Elmer and the Kangaroo is written by a man. His name is David McKay, and he is the author. Remember, the author is the person who writes the words to our stories. So, here's Elmer. I'll show you the pictures when I'm done reading here. Elmer the patchwork elephant had just started his morning walk when Tiger arrived. "Elmer," he said, "there's a stranger around and he's acting very strangely. First he jumps and then he falls over." Elmer said, "Strangers do act often strangely." "That's why they're called strangers," Elmer said. "Well, I don't think he's very happy," the tiger said. I wonder who the stranger is. Just then, Lion appeared. "Hello, Elephant. Hello, Elmer. Hello, Tiger," he said. "Elmer, there's a stranger around. He sorta jumps," said Tiger. "Elmer knows. And then he falls over," finished Tiger. "Elmer knows. Yes, well, he also seems unhappy," said Tiger. "Elmer knows. Let's just go and see," said Elmer kindly. So off Tiger, Lion, and Elephant went. Soon they came to the clearing. "This is where he usually jumps," said Tiger. "And falls over," added Lion. "And there he comes. A kangaroo." Hi, boys and girls. I'm the kangaroo. A kangaroo jumped into the clearing. Then he stopped and he fell over. He picked himself up and he sobbed. "I'm a failure. Not a happy chappy," said Lion. "Let's talk to him," said Elmer. "Hello," said Elmer. "What's the matter?" "Hello," said the kangaroo. "I can't jump. When I try, I fall over. There's a jumping contest tomorrow, and I came here to practice secretly, but I can't jump. I'll be laughed at." "A kangaroo that can't jump?" were jumping beautifully," said the tiger. "Oh, no, I was just bouncing along, getting ready to jump. I'm a good bouncer," said Kangaroo, and to prove it, he bounced higher than the giraffe, who was passing by. "Very impressive," said the tiger. "But when I think about jumping, I fall over," said Kangaroo. "This needs some thought," said Elmer. "We'll be back tomorrow." I wonder how they're going to help Kangaroo. On the way home, Lion said, "Elmer, I know I'm a bit slow, but isn't a bounce just like a jump?" "Yes," said Elmer, "but Kangaroo thinks that a jump is something more difficult, more important, like something if you think about going to sleep and you can't, but when you don't think about it, you soon fall asleep." The next morning, after talking to Lion and Tiger, Elmer went to meet Kangaroo. "Come on, Kangaroo," he said. "Lion and Tiger will be by the river." Elmer set off at a steady pace, while Kangaroo bounced behind him, in front of him, around him, and even over him. When they got to the river, Lion and Tiger were on the other side, where Elmer had told them to wait. "Drat," said Elmer. "We're going to get our feet wet." Kangaroo laughed. "Ha ha ha." Then, with an enormous bounce, he flew over the river and landed beside Tiger and Lion. "Fantastic jump," said Tiger. "You mean bounce," said Kangaroo. "I can't jump." Lion chuckled. "But a bounce is a jump." "Lion is right," said Elmer. "I forgot about jumping. Just bounce. Now let's go to the contest." So he's not going to think about jumping, just bouncing. Kangaroo led the way, delighted that his new friends were going with him. They arrived just as the contest began. Look at all the kangaroos. After a while, Elmer said, "Come on, Kangaroo, it's time for you to have a go at it." Just then, there was a roar of applause as a white kangaroo made an enormous jump. "That will be hard to beat," said Kangaroo. There's the white kangaroo. Will Kangaroo be able to beat his jump? Elmer whispered to Lion and Tiger, who went to stand just past the spot where the white kangaroo had landed. As Kangaroo was getting ready, Elmer said, "Drat, we're going to get our feet wet." Kangaroo laughed. Ha! Then, with an enormous bounce, he landed once again right beside Lion and Tiger, and that was the winning jump. Later, Kangaroo thanked Elmer, Lion, and Tiger for their help. "You made me remember the river," he said, "instead of thinking about jumping." "Strange thing," Lion said when they were back home. "At the contest, I felt that we were the strangers." Finished Tiger. "Yes," said Elmer, "and now we're all friends." They all laughed together. So how the kangaroo, who was a stranger, turned in to be Elmer and Lion and Tiger's friend. The end. Again, that was called Elmer and the Kangaroo. Here are some other Elmer books that I had gotten from the library. There's one just called Elmer. This one's called Elmer and the New Friend. So if you want to get that one, I don't know who his new friend is. You'll have to get that one to find out. This one's a winter story, which we hope to put away soon. This one's called Elmer in the Snow. And another book that I had picked up is called Elmer Again. And look, in this story, there's a reflection of Elmer in the river, just like in our other story. That's a reflection like in a mirror. Okay, now preschoolers, to make Elmer, I'm not going to make it in front of you. I'm gonna upload a video for your parents so they know. You're going to need a milk jug. Let me get situated. You're going to need a milk jug. Make sure it's empty, clean, and dry. You're going to need Elmer's glue. There's Elmer. Elmer's glue. Isn't that funny? The glue is named after the elephant in our story, Elmer. You're going to need some tissue paper squares. I've already got them cut out. If you don't have tissue paper squares, you can use Sharpie markers. I think you're going to need permanent markers like this, so parents, please watch your children if you're going to use these. I believe the Crayola markers would wipe right off your milk jug. And if you're going to use the glue and the tissue paper, you're going to probably want a paintbrush, unless they want to use their fingers. What a great sensory activity to rub the glue all over. So what you're going to do, and I'll upload the video, is you're going to cut this in half. And then you're going to have this. The handle is going to be, what do you think the handle looks like? Does it look like the trunk? So that's going to be Elmer's trunk. And so you're going to have just half of it. And then you're going to put his eyes on here. And his ears you're going to cut out and place in there. And you're going to have an elephant that looks like Elmer, whether you use the tissue paper squares to make the patchwork elephant or you use markers. If you do make Elmer, I want you to put a picture, send it to my email, or you can text it to my cell phone, and I will upload them so other preschoolers can see your work. Remember, our question of the day was, which is your favorite animal at the zoo? And do you guys remember what this is called? What's at the end of that sentence? Yep, it's a question mark. So, good job. I will read another story to you another night. For now, have a great pajama day and a great Monday, and we will see you soon.